Tonight, we have an exclusive interview with a few rising stars on Twitter.
And can LSU students prove they're smarter than 5th grader?
Tigerland Confessions.
Finally, advice from a 90-year-old sex expert who's got some bold things to say on Twitter.
Hello, and welcome back to the very first Faux Show of the spring semester. I'm Fallon Brown.
And I'm Elise Girdwood. Thanks for joining us. We have some exciting news for you this Monday night, so let's get down and dirty. Trending today on Twitter is a 90-year-old sex expert who just released a film at the Sundance Film Festival called Ask Dr. Ruth. But don't let her age fool you. She knows exactly what's going on in today's relationships. She gives advice on ghosting, which is a term used when a guy or girl ignores you.
Hashtag relatable.
And advice on one-night stands. I need to hear this.
Advice for me is to say you have to have a relationship. Loud and clear, when you hear that I say I'm old-fashioned and a square, I don't believe in one-night stands. People will need their iPhone to connect with each other. Horrible. I'm not against iPhone, I have one. But I'm against people not sitting around and talking to each other.
I wonder what her thoughts are about Tinder.
I feel like she ships it.
Anyway, it seems today that Baton Rouge is just booming with talent all over the place. Luckily, I got a chance to speak with 3 rising social media influencers to get a glimpse into stardom. Let's take a look.
The personal item, I guess you have to carry my
Whether you love it or hate it, there's no denying the power of social media. Thanks to several popular platforms, influencers are given the ability to potentially reach millions of people. Some Baton Rouge natives have gone viral in recent months and are taking the internet by storm. Their motivation? To spread positivity and make the internet a better place, one video at a time. Dynamic duo Kale Siraj and John Corbin have each gained over 10,000 followers in just 1 week. Their happy-go-lucky attitudes and unique style of editing have gained the attention of millions of viewers.
I guess we're just trying to make the internet a more positive place. Just why hate? Yeah. There's so much hate on the internet, and we just really need to change that. It's just such a toxic place.
Yeah, people think it's cool to be too cool for something.
Yeah,
it's totally what we're against.
Another familiar face, Landon Romano, has made a name for himself as an influencer and comedian. He got his start in 2013 on the popular app Vine. Since then, he has moved to Los Angeles to pursue his dream and became an online sensation when this video went viral on Twitter.
What's got a chilies?
Landon now shares his upbeat, funny videos to hundreds of thousands of followers almost daily, taking pride in making people laugh while staying true to himself.
When you believe in yourself, you can literally accomplish anything that you want in life. That's how I live every day. And to remain positive. I used to not believe in myself, and I used to be super negative, and it got me nowhere. But the second I started believing in myself is when things started, unfolding for me. Good things started happening.
He recently partnered with Chili's to host a contest every week where he chooses someone to feature on Instagram.
It's basically allowing aspiring influencers to submit content to me that they want to share to the world. And each week I pick one influencer to share, and I'll tag their page. So basically just sharing their content with my audience in hopes that, they can get their creativity and their passion out into the world and maybe help them grow.
So if you happen to be the next internet sensation, be like these guys and use your platform to spread positivity. Together, we can all make the internet a better place. For Tiger TV Entertainment, I'm Fallon Brown.
So if you ever get the chance, do something silly on camera. You might just earn yourself 15 minutes or seconds of fame.
Okay, so now that we embarrass ourselves, or more so myself, we also caught some of you on camera Saturday night in Tigerland for Tigerland Confessions.
I'm my debutante ball, and I want to come to Thailand.
What's one secret that you kept from your parents?
I have cigarette burns on my
for the Chippendale.
What's the biggest secret that you've kept from your parents?
sailing.
Bitch, what?
Honestly, I didn't. I tell them everything.
Oh, you're a good person.
No, I just tell them too much.
Oh. If you could say one thing to your ex, what would you say?
You missed out.
I wish I never met you.
Sadly, I don't have an ex, but if I did have an ex, I would say good luck with your life, and I hope you pay your taxes.
If you say one thing to your crush, what would you say?
Man, what's up with the what's up?
I'm really a nice person deep down. Can you call her?
No, I can't call her.
I was really hoping that guy would call his crush.
Or at her. Just goes to show there are no stupid questions, only stupid answers.
All right, when we come back, we have Walter's Corner, and we'll find out what students think about that whole R. Kelley situation.
Don't go anywhere, Tigers. We'll be right back. Welcome back, Tigers. We're going to hand it over to Walter Miller for a quick recap of the Screen Actors Guild last night.
Hey, y'all. Okay, so I have laryngitis today, so if I start coughing, bear with me. It's okay. Just trust that it's going to be okay. So last night was a big night in Hollywood with the SAG Awards taking place. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. Okay, I got to watch that next time because dirt swimming. All right, so Megan Mullally, who is known for her role as Karen on Will and Grace, hosted the evening, and she was great. They didn't show her a lot, but in the moments where they did feature her, she was hilarious. And it might be good that they didn't show her a lot, just kind of easing us into the no host for the Oscars. And she wore a lot of red during the night, which, you know, you wouldn't be sure if it looked good because she has red hair, but she just looked amazing in everything. So The Marvelous Miss Maisel, all right, that's sweet. Tony Shalhoub won for Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy. Rachel Brosnahan won for Best Lead Actress in a Comedy. And their whole cast won for Best Ensemble in a Comedy Series. So basically what I'm getting from the SAG Awards is that I need to watch that on Amazon Prime. Now, Ozark, Jason Bateman, love him, underrated. He won Best Actor in a drama series, yes. And, yeah, drama series, okay. Going through my, it's late, y'all. But I was so happy for him, and he's such an underrated actor. And Laura Linney stays underrated. That's his co-star, and just love that show. Go watch that. Jeffrey Owens. Now, Jeffrey is known for his reoccurring role on The Cosby Show back in the 80s and early 90s, and he was trending on Twitter earlier this year because someone had taken a picture of him working at Whole Foods, and they were trying to make fun of him, but Twitter came to his defense, and they're like, look, you got to do what you got to do. Acting is a tough business. So when they were going around through the night doing the segment where different actors talked about what acting means to them and their journey, they showed him. And y'all, before he could even talk, met with roars of applause. And I was so happy for him, and I know that everybody that was following that was happy for him too. Now let's talk about Emily Blunt. My girl Emily, who the Oscars have yet to nominate, even though the nominations just came out. You can watch my video on that coming out later this week. She won Best Supporting Actress for A Quiet Place. That was not expected because she didn't even get nominated for the Oscars. And also, Regina King wasn't nominated for the SAG Awards, but was nominated for the Oscars and won Critics' Choice and the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress. That's rare. But no one was more excited for Emily than her husband, John Krasinski, who was also a nominee that night. And she was just so, it was so well-deserved. And I totally hit my mic. I'm sorry to the viewers. But so well-deserved. We were so happy for her. Now, Mahershala Ali won for Best Supporting Actor in a movie for his role in Green Book. He's been picking up the awards all season. It's a lot like his sweep for Moonlight back during award season in 2017. So very, very happy for him. It was expected, but we were very thrilled. Now, Alan Arkin. They did a tribute to the actor, and I grew up watching a lot of old shows when I was a kid, so I watched MASH growing up, and so I was already sentimental there, but I just forget how many movies he was in. Like, he was in The Aviator, nominated for an Oscar. He was also in California Suite in 78, and that's the movie that won Maggie Smith one of her 2 Oscars. Jane Fonda was in that. Just, he's such an amazing actor, and Tom Hanks introduced him and gave such an amazing speech, and just, it was so great. And I feel like just in terms of actors that are honored, he's very underrated. And I know I'm throwing that word around a lot, but it's true. A lot of underrated actors got their due this evening, and that's part of what made it so great. Now, Sandra Oh won for Best Actress in a Drama Series for Killing Eve, and that was so well-deserved, y'all. Killing Eve is amazing. If you haven't seen it, go see it. In her acceptance speech, she talked about Asian minorities in acting and just representation, and it was a beautiful speech. And I'm not even going to lie, I started to cry. Like, I was sitting at home. It was so good. So if you aren't going to watch Killing Eve for whatever reason, because you're bitter, I don't know, check out her acceptance speech because it was just amazing. And she's just, love Sandra. Now, Rami Malek won, you know, I feel like he was snubbed for his role in Night at the Museum, but it's okay because he won for his role as Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody, which y'all know me, I love Freddie Mercury. And, you know, he has some tough competition with Christian Bale for Vice, and the Best Actor category is so tough this year. But I had a feeling he would win, and he really held his own, so I'm excited. And I'm excited to see how that plays out for the Oscars. Now, Glenn Close won for The Wife. Some people were thinking that Lady Gaga would give her some stiff competition for A Star is Born, and also Olivia Colman for The Favorite. But there are many reasons that have gone into Glenn's award sweep, which also I'm talking about in the full Oscar coverage that we're posting online later this week. So make sure to check that out. Now, This Is Us won Best Ensemble in a Drama Series. I'm always rooting for my girl Mandy Moore. So happy for her. So happy for the cast and the victory. And I can't wait to see what this upcoming season brings. And finally, to close out the night, for Best Ensemble in a Movie, the cast of Black Panther won. Angela Bassett looked incredible. Lupita Nyong'o, stunning. And probably the best part of the win was Chadwick Boseman's speech at the very end. And they tried to play him off with the music, but he wasn't having it. And neither was America. We were all watching on the edge of our seats. It was a great night, though, and can't wait to see what the Oscars bring us. Back to y'all.
Thank you, Walter. Now, R. Kelley has shocked many with his recent allegations, causing many fans to stop listening to him. Reporter Donovan Suggs took to the streets earlier this week asking LSU students if they had a problem separating music from the artist, even if the artist had controversial allegations against them.
Alright, so I'm sure you heard of the recent controversy surrounding R. Kelley and other artists like Chris Brown and XXXTentacion. I was wondering if you were able to separate music from the artist, and if so, why? And if not, why not?
You can still listen to the music, you just have to take it like with a grain of salt. You have to realize what they've done and realize some of the things they may say in their music may not be the best things to follow.
Music touches your soul, and so when you hear that someone who made something that touched your soul did something horrible, it feels damaging. And I don't think that there's really any way that you can come back from something like that. And I don't think that it's possible to experience the music in the same way as you used to.
I think it's very easy to just separate it and not have to think about, oh, should I listen to his music or not? It's just, it is what it is.
Responses vary between fans choosing to continue to listen to the artist's music and fans completely avoiding their content. Whose side are you on? I'm curious to know. Let us know in the comments below. Stay with us, Tigers. When we come back, find out if college students are really smarter than a 5th grader.
I hope so. Welcome back, Tigers. Reporter Najee Morton asked a few students some rather silly questions. Let's find out if students really are smarter than a 5th grader.
How many sides does a trapezoid have?
Trapezoid? What does a trapezoid even look like?
A trapezoid? 12.
Chill out. Can we get
Seven.
some English
Seven.
questions?
Trapezoid, I gotta go with 4. Yeah.
Why is you so smart?
Trapezoid has 5 sides. Trapezoid, yeah, final answer, 5.
Who's on the $20 bill?
Right now it's Andrew Jackson, but it might be Harriet Tubman soon.
Thomas Jefferson?
Who's on the $20 bill, girl? I don't know who's on the $1 bill. I don't know. Isn't Abraham Lincoln on the penny, though?
I never seen a $20 bill in my life. All I know is hundreds, baby. Ben Franks, you know what I'm saying? So, don't insult me with broke questions like that.
I really hope they get their degree. Anyway, there's a chance it might snow tomorrow, so the faux show might be faux snow.
Oof. Okay, yep, that's all the time we have tonight, Tigers.
Thanks for joining us. You can keep up with us at tigertv.tv for more entertainment news. Have a good night, Tigers.